Hey everyone, welcome back to Armor Tips Reviews. For anybody that follows me on Facebook or Instagram, you guys know I went to SHOT Show. It was my first year. Very overwhelming, very cool to go to. It was really great to talk to a lot of people and make a lot of connections. I got the SHOT Show plague and I was sick for a little while, and I'm back to doing some videos. And the video I wanted to do today is from one of the vendors, one of the manufacturers that I met at SHOT Show, called Gun Storage Solutions. They make, they primarily focus on gun safe accessories. Some of you guys may have seen these. I think I've seen them like in Cabela's and stuff like that. This first thing is the Gun Storage Solutions 10 rifle rod kit. So what this is essentially this black roll is hook and loop material. It's the loop material, and you staple it to the bottom of like a shelf that goes in your gun safe, and then you have these rods right here on the tip, on the top of the rod is hooks, right, for like hook and loop material, like Velcro or whatever. And so the way this works is you put the Velcro, the loops on the bottom of the shelf, and then you stick your rifle in there. You put this down the bore, and because it's kind of a plastic, it's not gonna hurt your bore, right? Like you have metal projectiles going down at 2,000, 3,000 feet per second. Like, this isn't going to hurt it. So you put down the bore, and then you pull this up with the rod still in the barrel, in the muzzle, and this sticks to the loop material that's on the bottom of the shelf, and it basically allows you to mitigate or maybe eliminate wasted space in your gun safe. Because when you have a gun in there and it's kind of leaning, you have tons of wasted space, right? So by this, you have it completely vertical, and that creates more space for you to stack more rifles around each other. It's kind of hard for me to see. They have like a little picture on their website. I'm probably going to steal it and put it on here. It is from Gun Storage Solutions website, but it kind of gives you a better representation of what I'm trying to convey. So anyway, that's one product that they gave me to do a review on. I met them at SHOT Show. I talked to them. They said, hey, here's a couple of things. Try it out. Tell us what you honestly think of the product. We want to know how it is. Any honest feedback, give it to us. Do a video and let us know how we're doing. So I was like, well, okay. So they gave me the rifle rod kit. So that is my full disclosure. I didn't pay for any of this. They didn't ask for a good review. They just said, hey, try it, do a review, let us know what you think. So that's what I'm doing. And then we have handgun hangers for handguns with optics on them. Now, unfortunately, right now, I do not currently have any optics on a handgun. Basically, the way it works is it's just kind of this metal wire, metal rod that's bent into a certain shape. So the way that, let's see, I gotta remember how it goes. So say your shelf is right here, you slide this over, and your handgun goes in here, and it creates enough of a clearance for your optics to clear the metal rod, right? So pretty cool. That's a 2-pack, and that's Carry Optics handgun hangers right there. And then we have just regular handgun hangers, not for Carry Optics. Same exact thing, just there's not as much clearance for the rods, or between the rods and the Carry Optic. And this is a 4-pack, so that's cool. And then another, the last thing they gave me was 2 of these mag minders. And the way that these work is you put them on your shelf here, and then you can hang an AR-15 magazine from them. I believe it holds 3. As you can see, I kind of have something similar right here that I 3D printed. And then they'll also work for like Glock mags and things like that. So let's see, for double stack magazines, it holds 6, and 3 AR or AK magazines. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it is metal rod, so you could probably, if you had some kind of weird mag that didn't quite fit, you could probably pull it apart or close it in a little bit if you really wanted to. It's not what they're made for, but let's be real, you probably could. So that's pretty cool. They're simple, they're basic, but they look like they'll be effective, they'll be efficient, right? Like, they're going to clear up some space in your gun safe. But I'm gonna find out for myself because I have my gun safe kind of over here that I'm gonna show you guys. It's been in different videos before, but I'm gonna install all this and see how much space it really clears up in my gun safe. Again, I have no dog in this fight other than I just want to see if it's a good product. So we'll see if it actually does help increase the space in my safe. I think it will. So let's go check it out. Okay, so this is my gun safe. I'm kind of blocking. I have pistols right here as well. This is most of my collection. It's not everything. It's not as much as I want, but it's a good size collection. I don't remember exactly how many I have. I'm not going to tell you. But I will tell you how many I have, just like kind of right in here. First of all, this is a 64 plus 6 gun safe. So in theory, it's supposed to hold 64 rifles, long guns, and 6 pistols, which are like these right here, right? And these sleeves. Hopefully you can see that, yeah. But I don't have 64 guns in there, unfortunately. I do have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16-ish long guns, SPRs, PCCs, whatever. Again, that's not all of them, but that's a good selection of them. And you can see it's not bad, but it could be better, right? I've got this shelf here and a shelf here for rifle rest, and I got this shelf, right? You can see the gun's kind of lean. I got some wasted space, blah, blah, blah. In here, I've got more pistols, and I've checked all of these, removed the magazines, checked them, they're clear. I got this pistol. I've got another pistol, a 1911. I've got a Glock. I've got this stupid 9mm Tokarev type pistol that I hate. And then magazines galore, a couple suppressors, tools, blah, blah, blah. None of the gun storage solution stuff is really going to help with the door with what I have, but for all this stuff, it should help pretty well. So I'm going to take probably all these guns out because I got to remove these shelves to put the other shelves in so that I can put the Velcro on. So we'll be back. All right, so there we have it. It's empty now. I took all the shelves out. Now I got to figure out how I want to set everything up because, well, taking this apart, I realized I had what, like 16 long, not all long guns, but I had quite a few, and I have 10 rods. So I got to figure out how I want to organize this so that it gives me more space, but I can still use the 10 rods, but then still have a good spot for my PCCs and SPRs and stuff. So I'm going to figure that out. Put the hook and loop on the shelves and we'll be back. All right, so here we have the 10 rifle rod kit here. I took the plastic off because it's loud and annoying, but this is overall how it comes packaged, right? You got 5 rods here, and you can get them in black or orange if you don't like the orange look. I do, it's my favorite color. And then another 5. So we have 10 rods there total. And then you have this big piece of loop of like a hook and loop material. It's a 15. Oops, sorry. It's a 15 about 15 inch by 19 inch shelf liner. So that's how big that is. Let's go ahead and cut this. Put one in there. So now I got one in all corners. They say to do them about, I don't know, 3 inches apart or so. I'm gonna go there. I don't think it's really gonna matter a whole lot. I think I'm gonna put a few down the middle just to kind of keep it in place and keep it from kind of pulling away. So I don't think they say to do that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So I'm going to put the really tall ones, I think, just in the back without any rifle rods, just because I think that'll work better, and then I'll also have the short barrel rifles and PCCs in there. So anyway, this is the longest one I think I'm going to go with for the rifle rods. Now, something to keep in mind that I did not think of is your shelf selection. This is not screwed down, this one, this is just, it rests, which is a problem when you go to push. I mean, you might have stuff on it, I guess, but you might want to have a shelf that's secured down, kind of like my other shelves were. So I'm gonna try and put those screws in. All right, so let's go ahead. Got this Mossberg shotgun here. I use this for duck hunting. Duck season just ended, so it's got, you know, an iron sight profile, no optics on it, obviously. So I'm gonna put this in the back because it does say that it's better to put iron sights, rifles with iron sights near the back wall, because the scopes will use a little more space. So let's go ahead and try that. So put the rod in here, and these do obviously work in shotgun because the shotgun bores are quite a bit bigger. So I'm going to try and nestle that in the back corner as much as I can. Pull the rod up, and it is held there nicely. Let's nestle that up against the shotgun pretty well. Put the rod up, holds it there pretty well. Again, it doesn't have optics, so I'm going to put it kind of as far back as I can. This is a 22 rifle. It's a Remington 592, 557, 552. Huh. Just a little semi-automatic 22 rifle, just like one my dad had when I was a kid. So he bought me one when I think I graduated high school. All the way in the back, rod up, and they do say that the rod should be about halfway down the barrel. Obviously, that can kind of vary a little bit depending on the rifle, how heavy it is, and all that stuff. Put that one in the very back, I guess, because of the irons. Put it, because it has a pretty good scope, I'll put that kind of in line here. Put that straight up. Here, up. So that's 10 just on that side right there. They look pretty organized to me. There's even a little bit of room. I think you guys can see on the right side of those rifles, kind of like right in here. That I think I could even stick a few more in there without rods. That was all the rods. This is my competition 22. That scope's kind of big though. I don't think it's going to fit very well. Does pretty well. And then I have the rest of my SBRs and stuff, so I think that's pretty much it. So then here are my kind of longer rifles that I said I'd be putting just in the back. Right, and I used to have a lot of rifles were on both sides, so this did allow me to consolidate most of my rifles onto one side. See, now I can have my vector on that side. Now I can line the sides of this right side of the safe. I can kind of line those with guns against the wall, and then I have room for a whole bunch of other stuff. So I mean, here's my salvo, this monstrous thing. So I can just set that, you know, down there if I want. I'll probably end up putting it on a shelf once I put it there. Another one. See, and then it's probably kind of hard to tell because they're just little black rods, but this is the optics handgun hanger. This is the regular handgun hanger. So now I can put those there if I want. So like I said, I don't have any handguns with optics at the moment. Basically what you would do is stick this somewhere like that. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it. Now there's a rod hanging down there. And they're lined with like a nice coating so it's not going to scratch your barrel. See, I can get that pretty close to the side there. Maybe bring it out a little bit if I want to be able to grab with my right hand. Then you have the regular one. It's pretty much even on both sides from as far as I can tell. Stick one on the shelf there. Like that. Okay. Got another one. So I've got 3 handguns that are hanging just right there. I could put another one right there in the middle if I want. You know, if you need that much space, right? Like you could wedge little handguns in between different rifles, right? Because you got the room. And then I do have this one. This is the CZ P09 suppressor ready. It did have the Zenko Omega on there, but I took it off just to show you guys like I can hang it up now, like if I wanted. Put that there. Kind of get it in between. Boom. See, and then I could still grab my rifle. Like, sure, the handguns get in the way. This is obviously kind of an extreme case, right? Like, most people, especially with all the space I'm gonna have here, probably wouldn't do this. But I'm just showing you, you can. Like, I don't have any more handguns now to hang. All the handguns that were like sitting just all over the place up here, they're just hanging on that one shelf now, plus these 6 here. So that did help me clear up some space. So that's really nice. And then I'm probably gonna put another shelf here, right? So that's gonna give me another shelf to hang stuff from. So I'll probably end up just moving all of these over here, right? And then I have another spot for a new gun. So now I need a new gun. Yeah. And don't forget, there are these mag minders as well. This will hold 3 AR-15 magazines. Just kind of toss it there. Mag pole. ETS. ETS. Bam. Okay. And I do have another one. And for reference, this is what the packaging looks like right here. And then I have these. So this is a Kel-Tec PMR CMR30 magazine. This is a Glock 40 magazine. And this is a IWI Masada magazine. All different magazines, but they will work. There's the Masada. There's the Glock. Kel-Tec PMR30. Okay, those all fit. 1911s will not, because they are single stack and too thin. RIP. So you got another, this is a Glock, or I'm sorry, this is a PMag Glock magazine. Fits on there nicely. I have a couple of these brand new KCI Glock magazines. They're like 31 rounders. And those will fit. And another one. That one's kind of sketchy. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Kel-Tec magazine is very wide, like it's very wide from front to back. So I think it takes up just a little more room than what this would hold. I mean, it's still holding it. It's not like super secure, but it's holding it. So that is 6 magazines of different types. So that is, I think, pretty cool. So I've got lots of things hung up there, and I still have all the room on the top shelves. You can see it. I still have things on shelves, right? But it's a little bit neater. I don't have all these handguns and magazines all just kind of piled on each other up here. Things are a little more organized. And then I still have all this room here. You guys probably can't even see the bottom of that. See, there you go. I mean, I can put an ammo can down there now, which I couldn't do before. I could just put some loose stuff down there. My salvo's sitting there right now. Like, I have more room, I feel like. And imagine if I had more rods, you know, I could even, instead of lining those guns up on the sides, I could just line them in the back and not have them fall over with the rods. So it's overall, I feel like it's a pretty good system. I obviously think it's going to depend on who you are and what kind of setup you have and what kind of setup you want. But I think this works well. I think this is a product that does work. And I'm not just saying that because they gave me stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I was first putting these in there, I was like, well, this doesn't really seem like it's giving me that much more space, right? Like, I don't know. It didn't seem like it at first. But then once I realized that's most of my rifles. All I have now were a couple of shorties and a couple of long ones, like really long ones that I could have put over there if I had more rods. But I decided just to lean them against the back. But I was just like, wow, I actually do have quite a bit more room. So I think it's a good product, especially for the price. They're not that expensive. I think each one being, you know, the mag minder, the handgun hangers, or the rifle rod kit has its own benefit to each person and how they're set up, right? And yes, I am wearing orange shorts because I wanted to be comfy. But I think it's a good setup. So if you guys are looking into this, I would say give it a try. I think you will really like it, as long as you feel like this will apply to your current setup. If you have 2 rifles and 15 handguns, you probably don't want the rifle rod kit. You probably want more shelves with handgun hangers. And they have handgun displays as well that rest on a shelf rather than hang off a shelf. So go to their website, check it out. They have a lot of different things. Your mileage may vary. But overall, I'm giving this a thumbs up. I do think this is a pretty good product. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you liked what you saw. Send me a message if you have any questions, and be sure to follow my pages for deals and giveaways. So thanks. Take care.